The topic of social classes is very difficult to explain. Yes, in Mexico exist the social classes, but this depends of your merit and your achievement, because it is a personal, it's a social position. Because for if you strive for your success, for your career, you have a success, yes. But sometimes don't happen this. Sometimes, for example, I have an enterprise and I have a son, and I translate or change my enterprise with my son, and my son have now my enterprise, and now he was a very rich person, and for me that thing is not cool, because you have to strive for your success, for your money, I think. And yes, I think that exists a country, a place, a town that you, or for example, that didn't have social classes. And I think is, for example, the countries are socialism, I think, but for me it's very cool. But I don't agree, because in the countries are capitalism is have a very opportunities for you grown in the society, and you win a social position, and you have a very high social position. For me, it's not cool. And I'm a middle class, and don't affect in my life that thing, because in Mexico most people are middle class. And it's very common to talk to meet these people, and don't affect in the life of my parents. Well, my parents who were poor people, they were lower class, but they claimed to middle class, and for me it's a success. And I do that my parents do, claim to other class. I like to pertenece a high class, no for the money. I have a better life for me, for my family. I think if you have a better social position, you have better opportunities. And I think I claim to other class. Mexico, the people are very respect sometimes are the people who influence in the political, or maybe have a career, for example lawyer, engineer, basically the people that have money. Very money. The people are rich, that people are respect in Mexico. And the poorest people, for example, the people are trades like carpenter or something like that. Are the people that know very opportunities, maybe don't have money all the time, and these people don't very respect. And for me, the best life is for the people have a career, have an influence, because they have very opportunities to grow in the society. Yes, I think in Mexico the best rule is the respect, because sometimes it's very common in the younger people from the high class are very rude with the other class, the medium class and lower class, because they say are very poor people and other things. But I think it's the respect. Sometimes it's common to call that person with the term Mirai. It is very common to hear that term, but in nowadays the respect is very important in their life, and the goals of the other social classes, for example lower class and middle class, is always grown in the society, have a better life, because if you have education, a career, your conditions are better, your opportunities are better, and that thing is very important, and that is the goals and expectations. And the other, for example the higher class, is grown their enterprise, grown in the society, and maybe have other enterprise, other project, and I think that things are goals and expectation in Mexico. The interaction between the social classes is not very common. Why? Because if you are middle class, you interaction with lower class is very common, and it's very common to interact with that people, but the high class is very difficult because they have other life. They go to other schools. They go to other places. No, no go to, no go to Sam's Club. No go to Walmart. They go to other places, and sometimes travel, visit other countries, other places, and it's very common to interaction with the high class. And the discrimination for the class or for color skin is not very common because all the people of maybe uh, most people are uh, are brown. But yeah, the white people in Mexico have a very have a expectation, because sometimes if you see a white people, you think, this guy or this girl have a money, is rich. Sometimes is very common to think or say that things. But no, don't know how to discriminate the people. In my town, or yeah, in my state, is not very common to discriminate people. For me, I want to highlight in the society, because I have a very opportunities to grow in the society. I don't want to belong of the masses, because I grow. No, in Mexico sometimes, of most of the times, you don't born equal with equal opportunities. Why? Because sometimes your parents are of lower class or middle class. You stray for that opportunities compared with the high class. And I think that point is very important to grow. And sometimes most of the time, the people who are lower class and medium class to grow more that the people who are of high class. That is my opinion for that topic, for this topic.